Very warm welcome to one and all. On this session, as you may be aware, we are having three sessions every day on the same YouTube channel and the Zoom link. These sessions are geared towards introducing Sahaj Yoga for new seekers who want to understand what it is about really and get a brief understanding and then also to talk about our internal subtle systems a little bit. And after that, we go for here where we try to get the self-realization experience here and now. At the end of these sessions, we have a Q&A as well, where you can ask your questions by joining the Zoom link or leaving your questions on the YouTube chat itself. We'll try to answer them in the session. These hour-long sessions are one in the morning at 8 a.m., one in the afternoon at 4:15, and the third one in the evening at 7:45 p.m. All of these sessions are in Hindi except one on Saturday morning, which is in Marathi, and one on Sunday morning, which is in English. We tried to have sessions in other languages for seekers who are requested to understand in other languages. So today, those who do not understand English, I apologize and would request you to attend any of these other sessions. There are recordings available on the YouTube channel for all of them, so you can attend them at your convenience. Apart from these sessions, there is one more session every day at 5:30 p.m. on the same YouTube channel for seekers who have now understood the basics of Sahaja Yoga and want to go deeper into meditation. So that you can attend where a large collective comes and attends the session every day. So without any further introductions, let's now start to discuss about what is Sahaja Yoga, what is it that we are talking about here, and why should one practice Sahaja Yoga, or how is it different from others, etc. We'll try to answer them through some discussion. So Sahaja Yoga was started by Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi in 1970. She started by giving realization to one person, and now it has moved towards movement it's become because now it's spread across 150 nations. Now, one may consider this as one of those other organizations that are out there, but you'll find that in Sahaj Yoga there is no um, real marketing as such, in the terms that there is no, you'll not find billboards or you'll not find ads anywhere, um, even though we are trying on our own. So, because there is no money charged here for anything, so you cannot pay for your self realization, for finding the divine. That was one of the foremost conditions Sri Mataji put when she started Sahaj Yoga. So it's spreading the way we are talking to you right now. People on their own are talking about Sahaj Yoga and spreading the word. Having said that, there are many centers of Sahaj Yoga now, all across the world as well, where we meet collectively once a week to meditate and learn more and practice it more. Sahaj Yoga is nothing new in a way. We have this great knowledge and tradition in our great country where it is said that rishis and munis did penances and tapasyas for getting to the divine for ages together, for lives together. And this great knowledge has been passed down, but very secretively. The reason is that they did not consider the grihasthas, people living in households, as worthy of it. It has to be for the people who leave all of this behind and search uniquely, solely divine. Only those people are capable of getting this. And out of them also, let's say one guru who's realized may get hundreds such people coming to them. He would make them go through real ordeals, real tests that we cannot imagine. And out of many, many, he would choose one as the worthy successor who would get realization. It is not just our culture also. Uh, the Zen system in Japan had Kashyapas. They say they had 26 Kashyapas, that is realized souls. Primarily, this has all come from our country and has spread a little bit. There have been, of course, realized souls and masters all across the world, but never ever all of them combined also as many as in India. So this has been there, and this is why so many people flock to our country from overseas, finding divine, although they do get entangled in many other wrong things, which have got nothing to do with divine. But this knowledge, this self-realization, Kundalini awakening, all of this has been talked about. Um, So Nath Panthis did a lot of work. You'll find that Kabira also spoke about Ida Pingla Surinadi Re Surti Cheri Kaman. He has given many references to this and talked in many ways how one can get their self-realization. One great saint, Sant Gyaneshwara in Maharashtra, at a very, very young age, in fact, he was teenage at that time, he wrote Gyaneshwari Gita. So something on Gita only. But then he put one chapter with the um, blessings of his guru, who was the elder brother, on Kundalini. The sixth chapter of that Gyaneshwari Gita is all about Kundalini. But then the Pandits of those times said that this is Nishit, you cannot read it. Because no one else would be able to explain it or give the awakening of Kundalini. So it was said that nobody should read it. So, in a way, it was not just the saints, the real ones, who sort of kept it secret, but even the people, so called people in charge of religion, did not want this to be spread out. Because it's easier to tell you to do some pujas and rituals and follow something rather than talk of divine. This has been the state, and in this state, today, somehow the time has come when people are searching for something higher, left, right, and center. You talk to anybody, and people are generally saying that, I go for this meditation or that organization, or I have to search for something higher, or I'm just so stressed out in life, and meditation is the key. Many people talk of mindfulness and such things. So it has really come up, and Shrimataji says never before in the history of humanity so many people were seeking the divine. So these are new modern times. And no more are these things being kept secret. And no more is the time when only one out of crores would get their self realization. Shrimataji says this is the time of blossom. Earlier, it was such that on the tree of life, there would be one or two flowers. But now the blossom time has come, where many, many have to get it. And we can understand that if we don't get it, then the world is really going to dogs. Um, we keep hearing of so many bad things, so many wrong people doing wrong things. And one wonders that is this why God had created this great creation? And as humans that are supposed to be the epitome of his creations, we are acting in such a way that surely something is not right. If this is really the plan of the all powerful God Almighty, something is amiss. And that is true. The last leg of a revolution is still something that we are missing out on. This is what is going to give us the ultimate, the fulfillment. It is going to give us what we have been searching for. Today, we think that we are searching for, maybe a good career in life, or money, house, or family, or love, or something like that, or power, promotions, or some other way to prove ourselves in the community or society. We think that all of this will, in fact, give us the joy, happiness that we are looking for. Now, we know many people who are successful and many people who have achieved this, and we know that they haven't got it. So, in fact, in reality, we do all of this, and then By trial and error, we learn that, oh, this does not give me the joy that I'm looking for. Again, I try this. Oh, this does not give me the joy that I'm looking for. So as Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya said, Yanneti neti vachanam. So by doing all of this and saying no to all of this, we slowly and gradually learn that we have to search for something higher. Something I think that the West has learned much before us. And that is why they have moved more towards the gurus and meditation and all of that. We are still in that process of, achieving first and then realizing that this does not make sense. That is one of the reasons why today many people are searching for God and have turned towards divine. In that searching and in that finding, again, many things that are not really divine have come up. Because when there's a demand, many people ready to make a supply for it. And we learn later on that the gurus or the organizations that we talked about are not really real and that we have not achieved anything out of it. So one must look at a few things. Shree Mataji says that first we need to understand what is it that we have to achieve in life. First, that should be clear to us because we have lost that knowledge that what it is that we have to achieve. So we get lost in the way. So when we talk about self-realization, it is something that is an actualization inside us. Inside yoga, you don't get a certificate that now you are realized, or you don't have a course that you do of, let's say, 3 months. Okay, now you are such and such realized person. It is something to be practiced and seen and learned within. And it's something very miraculous to believe at first, but it's something that is very, very innate. It is Sahaj. Saha means with, Ja means born. It is something that is born inside because God Almighty has already made these arrangements inside of us. And we do not do anything for it. It is a yoga that is Sahaj, spontaneous. Yoga means the union with the divine of ourself, the spirit inside, and the all pervading power that we know. So the joining of two is literally the meaning of yoga in Sanskrit. It happens Sahaj, that means spontaneous, very, very innate. It's something that you don't do anything about. You don't stand on your heads. You don't do any physical exercises. You don't do any chanting of mantras. You don't do any breathing exercises or anything like that. Because these are all external, outward things that one can do on their own. Something that has to happen inside. For example, a primulus to be sprouted out of its seed, you put it in the Mother Earth and it happens on its own. You do not pull it, you do not read any books for it. Nothing is to be done. That is how all living things work. That is how God has made the arrangements for all the living things to happen, and nothing is to be actually done. The all pervading power does it, but you need to have someone who can give it to you. That is for sure a condition. Now, asanas and many other things, pranayam, etc., are all good for our physical being. Many people think that is also yoga, but it is actually part of Ashtanga yoga as defined by Patanjali, one of the great sages of old who wrote a lot about Kundalini. And if you read the books, there's complete charts and everything defined and all of that. But he said there are 8 parts. Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar, etc. Last is Ishwar Pranidhan. In fact, that is the first and the most important thing. All of this is done to, again, discipline oneself, because that was the method of the olden days, where you'd go to Himalayas, hills and plains, first cleanse yourself, work hard, and put everything all right. One of that, 1/8 had one part as asana. So it's a very, very small part of the whole thing. And people took to that very fast in the name of yoga because I believe that was probably the easiest thing to catch upon. We're not saying it's not good. One must look after the physical self, but that is a limited part of it. So then what is the new way? We said that is the old way, the sages have been doing so such hard work and all of that. So the new way, Shree Mataji says, is like this, that let's say you have a lamp to be lit. There's a glass outside and a complete mechanism. So, first, there's no light right now, but you are told that you fix it first, put it all right. So, if the glass is broken, replace it, repair it. If something screws are not okay, you put it all right, you cleanse it, work hard towards doing all of that cleansing stuff and all of that. And then, if the guru wills, he'll put on the light. Today, Shimataji says what we want to do is first put on the light. In that small light, if even if the lamp is broken, you'll see what is not right and you can correct yourself. In fact, the light itself has the power to correct you. So that is the modern way of Sahaja Yoga. It's very miraculous and unbelievable at times, but there have been many, many scriptures and many foretellings and many things like that of the present times. For example, Bhrigu Muni in the Bhrigu Samhita, so he's called the father of astrology. He has mentioned that such and such time will come where the household people living in their households will get it, and a new mechanism of Atma Sakshatkar will come. And he's described a beautiful time where, no problems will be there after that. In fact, the year translates to 1970 in the modern calendars. There is a, there is a Puran called, it's Nal Damayanti Akhyan, where it's a story about King Nal and his wife Damayanti, who were separated by Kali, whose yuga we live in. So the king got hold of Kali and said that I will destroy you because when your time will come, people will suffer so much. You are so bad. So he said, go ahead, O great king, but first listen to my importance. The king said, what could be your importance? He said that when my time will come, that means Ghor Kali Yuga will come. It said that these are those times. People living in their households will get self realization. These are the people, he said, who have been searching for God up until now in hills and dales, and living in households, they'll get their self realization. So many such things are promised. In fact, in many religions, they are promised that such and such time will come. But when the time will come, how will we know? How will we recognize? Unfortunately, there is no way for us to recognize. This is part of the whole setup where we do not have the eyes to see. Kabira said, Kaise samjhaun sab jag andha. The whole world is blind. How am I to explain? And that has been the state of all the great saints, sages in the past, wherein when they talked about this, nobody really understood. Or even if they understood, there's no way to for them to get it, or for them to really experience it. So Shivadaji says that was big, and many of them were really tortured. If you read the lives of many great sages, prophets, being poisoned, crucified, and you name it, all has been done to them. Gyaneshwara took Jal Samadhi at 21. Adi Shankaracharya, it's a huge story about him. So many people. They were all tortured because we never really understood what they were talking about. And it all, humans are such that our egos get, challenged by such people. But they were talking of the truth. They were standing on the truth. Thus, they had the authority to talk about it. It's like they were born on the 10th story. We are all on the ground floor. They can see something that we cannot see. So the way of Sahaja Yoga is such that we are raised at least one or two levels. We start seeing that yes, there is truly something out there on the horizon. That opens our understanding, and slowly and gradually we can rise higher. In Sahaja Yoga, it's complete freedom for us to practice and rise, and there's complete knowledge given out for us to work upon. It really is upon the individual to progress as much as they want. There is a huge amount of stuff to talk about in Sahaja Yoga because there's so much knowledge. All of this has been given by Shree Mataji in thousands of lectures in Hindi, English, and Marathi. We'll just look at a few slides now. One of these slides is about our internal subtle system that will help us to get some understanding before we go into meditation, which is the most important bit. So I'm sure all of us have seen this chart now somewhere or the other. Again, as I said, these are the modern times now that people are talking about Kundalini and chakras and all of that pretty much. Pretty much everywhere. But just for our understanding, I'll briefly talk about it. When we were in our mother's womb, so when a child, infant is born before that, in the womb of the mother, it is said that life comes around 2.5 months. That is the time when, in fact, the power that created us entered through the fontanelle bone area here. This is a very soft bone in children. If you have seen small infants and toddlers, it's even pulsating at times, nocturne, because this is the place of the entry of that power. This power enters, and our brain, sort of being a prism shaped entity, this power refracts into three parts. The one coming from the right goes to the left, which is shown in the blue color here. This is the Ida Nadi, the moon channel, the channel of our past. All our desires, emotions, all of them come from this channel. So people who are very emotional work on this too much. People who think of the past too much work on this too much. And this governs the sympathetic nervous system on the left hand side of our body. So this is the power is in subtle, but it governs everything in the gross as well. All of these chakras and nadis, in fact, take care of our physical self, mental self, emotional self, and spiritual self. The power coming from the left goes to the right, which is shown in yellow. This is the Pingla Nadi, the sun channel, the channel of our future, the channel of our action. So all the actions that we do, whether it be physical, mental, all of them come from this channel. People who are very aggressive, very futuristic, work too much, work on this channel a lot. Again, this governs the sympathetic on the right hand side. Imbalance between these two channels leads to most of the problems in our lives. And most of us are either on the left or on the right. Our thoughts also come from these channels, thoughts of the past or the future. That is what we are thinking all the time. If you think about it, we are all the time thinking. Even when asleep, we are thinking. These thoughts never stop. But what do we think about? Either it is something that has already happened or something that is about to happen. Could be very, very way in the past or very, way futuristic thought. So, in the center is the channel of our present, of our evolution, of our balance. This is called as the Sushumna Nadi. And these flower like things are called as chakras. These are even called as energy centers or whatever name you may give it. Uh, these manifest on the gross as plexuses or the crossing points of many, many channels inside our body. Nerves, you can say. Again, they govern particular organs on the physical side or many aspects of our life. Very different reasons for them to be not okay. And these are essentially the main ones. There are some sub-centers, many actually across our body. But what happens after all of this creation is the power that created us comes and settles down almost at the end of our spine. There's a triangular bone you can see here. This bone is called a sacrum bone. The Greeks named it sacrum. Somewhere or the other, they knew that there is something sacred about this bone. So the sacrum bone holds this energy. This power comes and settles, and it makes 3.5 coils. Coils in Sanskrit is kundal, and this being our mother energy, she's called as kundalini. Mother energy, why? Because she is our individual mother. Each of us has a mother individually who is with us in all of our lives and watches everything that we do. She knows every single thing about us. And her only goal and aim is to give us our rebirth, our second birth, our self realization, anything you name it by. In Sanskrit, a realized soul is called as Dvijaha. And a bird is also called as Dvijaha. Dvijaha means twice born. Because in a way, the bird first comes out as an egg. So the world is the egg for it. But when it breaks through, it sees the world for what it really is. It's the same way when you get your self realization. You see the world for what it truly is. And you get a completely new dimension opened up to you. So it's really something very miraculous and very fabulous that happens to you. Now, awakening of this kundalini and piercing again through the fontanelle bone in our hair, which is called as the Brahmarandra, means the hole to meet the Brahma. When it breaks through from here, that is when the all pervading power of God starts flowing through us. We have heard since we were kids that God is all pervading. You know, in Hindu religion, it is said that Kan Kan mein Bhagwan means every molecule and atom you have got. We have such great stories also of Prahlad and all of them where he says even this pillar has God. So why don't we feel that power anytime? We know it in our hearts maybe, but we don't feel it and we don't know it for sure because we are not connected with that power. Once this awakening happens, this power starts flowing through us and we feel this on our palms. Why the palms at the top of the head? Because the palms are the end points of our nervous system. So this power comes to our physical self also. And we feel it as a cool breeze on our hands in meditation, also on our feet. But hands are the easiest in meditation to open in our lap and feel it. Now, why the cool breeze? The cool breeze, it's beautifully described by many. In, uh, in Christianity, Bible, it is said that when the Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cool breeze. Of course, they do not understand what is Holy Ghost. In Quran, it is said that when Qiyamah's time will come, that when resurrection time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. Very beautifully it's mentioned so. Adi Shankaracharya, he wrote a book called Saundarya Lahari, means beautiful vibrations. He says that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Salilam Salilam Chaitan, means cool, cool vibrations. So that is what you feel on your palms, coming from the center of the palms. Also on the fingertips, you feel the status of these chakras because as it is numbered here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the left and the right side. But there are three parts of a chakra. So you feel the status of these chakras here and the vibrations coming out of your hands. This is how you first know that yes, something has started. When you feel these cool vibrations on both the hands, it is a feeling of complete bliss and joy. Also, you feel thoughtlessness. There's a state of thoughtless awareness where you're completely aware, but you're thoughtless. You may think if you want to. So we come to a position where we are in control and in joy and in bliss. And that is when meditation happens on its own. Many people say that, I try to meditate, I focus somewhere, concentrate, chant something, nothing happens. This awakening, when it happens inside and it passes through the Agya Chakra here, you get into thoughtlessness on your own. You don't do anything about it. Now, this is all theory and there is too much to talk about. But what we'll do now is just go into meditation and experience this for ourselves because talks don't get us anywhere. Right? So, what we'll do is just before getting into it, there are a few steps that we can see with our eyes open right now. Later on, we'll do these steps with our eyes closed. So, right now, if you're sitting on the ground, you can sit cross legged as it is shown here and keep both the hands open in your lap and sit straight, not very straight, not slouching, just in a balanced position. Similarly, if you're sitting on the sofa or the chair, please put both of your feet on the ground and put them apart. It's very important. And keep both the hands open in your lap again. If there's anything tight on your body, even spectacles, etc., you can take it out. Anything that is giving you discomfort should not hinder our chance of realization. So take it out. Now, there are a few steps that we do to balance our channels. We are made out of the five elements and we use them a lot in Sahaja to treat ourselves, to put ourselves into balance, etc. In the first step, we'll put the right hand on the Mother Earth and keep the left hand open in our lap as it is shown here. Right hand on the Mother Earth, left hand open in our lap as it is shown here. We'll just do the steps right now with our eyes open. Later, we'll do them with our eyes closed. Next, we'll put the right hand in our lap and left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky. Now, both the hands, the Mother Earth. So, these are the steps for balancing ourselves. Now, we'll do some steps with the right hand and keep the left hand open in our lap as it is. Left hand in our lap, right hand on our heart. Here, we have to press so that we feel our heart beat. And we'll have some prayers here when we meditate. Then we'll place this hand again on our forehead across and press from both the sides. While pressing, we'll bend our head forward a little. Next, we'll push back our fingers completely and place the center of the palm on the fontanelle bone area and press it here. While pressing, we'll move the hand in a clockwise direction so that our scalp moves along with it. Keep doing this for a while. After this, later on, we'll see the vibrations coming out of our head and touching our palm. So these are all the steps that we'll have to do. Now, there is a question that one may ask that, how is it that something so miraculous can happen so easily? And how can I achieve this? So the answer to that question is that you get this by the grace of somebody who's realized. Like Shivaji Maharaj once asked his Guru Ramdas Swami that, oh great sage, how long does it take for one to get their self-realization? He says it happens that shan, means that very second. You just need someone who can give it and someone who can take it. Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi is here to give it to us. Her photograph is special that it emanates those vibrations that make this great happening possible inside us. Now, we'll just take this assumption and move ahead because these questions and doubts don't allow us to get this great thing, the highest that we're talking about here. So we'll tell our minds to just keep these thoughts aside and we'll open our hands in our lap as we had discussed and seen. Look at Srimataji's photograph with utmost respect and humility. The only thought in our minds that want to achieve the highest. Now we'll slowly close our eyes and bring our attention inside. Just see what is happening here right now. Now we'll do the steps that we had just seen. Place the right hand on the Mother Earth. Right hand on the Mother Earth. Left hand to be kept open in our lap. Here we have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We'll also bring our attention to our palms. Just see what is happening here. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Now bring the right hand back into your lap and place the left hand towards the sky, bent from the elbow. Right hand in your lap, left hand bent from elbow towards the sky. Here we have to say, Mother, please take out all the impurities of my right channel through the ether element. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. Bring our attention to our palms and just see what is happening. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my right channel through the ether element. Now I'll place both the hands on the Mother Earth. Here we have to pray, Mother, whatever imbalances and impurities are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, whatever imbalances and impurities are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring me into complete balance. Mother, please bring me into the center, into the present. Now I'll bring the right hand and left hand both in our lap and keep them open. Now I'll keep the left hand as it is open in our lap and do the next steps only with the right hand. The right hand is to be placed on our heart. And press it here so that you feel the heartbeat. This is the place of the spirit inside us. Inside all of us resides the spirit, that is the reflection of God Almighty. This is the only eternal thing. Rest all is a myth, is momentary and fleeting. Whatever we think of ourselves as this person, this body, these relations, etc., all of that is not eternal. The only eternal thing is the spirit inside us. So we have to say a great truth here. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am nothing else but the pure spirit. This is the truth. So we say it with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as I am the pure spirit, I am not guilty at all. We keep thinking that we have done this wrong, that wrong. All of that is very detrimental to us and ruins the chance of our realization. Whatever wrong we think we may have done, God Almighty is the ocean of love and forgiveness. So we have to leave all of that at His lotus feet and forget about all of it. We have to say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. I have done no wrong. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Will not feel the vibrations if we feel guilty. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we bring this right hand to our forehead and press from both the sides like we would in a headache and bend our head forward a little. Here we have to forgive everyone. We have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. You don't think about anyone, you don't remember anything in particular, but just give a blanket forgiveness to one and all. We actually don't do anything by not forgiving. We play into the hands of people who may have done us wrong. So we say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone, myself included. O Divine, if I may have done anything wrong against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. O God, if knowingly or unknowingly I have made any mistakes against you, please forgive me. You can bring your hand back into your lap to rest it a little bit. Now, once again, bring the right hand and place it at the top of our head. It's the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone when we were very little kids. And press back, push back our fingers completely so that the palm is pressed on the fontanelle bone area. And while pressing it, to move the hand, the palm, in a clockwise direction so that the scalp also moves along with it. Move the palm in a clockwise direction so that scalp also moves along with it. And we'll bend our head forward a little. Here, very humbly, we have to ask for our self realization. Without us asking for it, we cannot get it. So say, Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. We'll keep moving the hand, keep our attention here. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my yoga, my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my self realization. Stop moving the hand and bring it back into our lap. And we'll keep our attention where our hand was and sit in meditation now for a few seconds. There are no thoughts right now. You can think if you want to. Now we'll bring our attention to both of our palms. You can raise it a little higher. In the center of our palms, see if there is a cool breeze coming out in one hand or both the hands. It can also be hot for some of us. Just have to watch it. Bring the attention to the fingertips. See if there's a itching, tingling, and crawling sort of sensation in one or the other finger and one hand or both the hands. These are the chakras where Kundalini has started working and correcting. Now, once again, bring the right hand at the top of our head where we had pressed and raise it a few inches above. Move the hand back and forth. See if from a particular place, feel the cool breeze coming and touching your palm. To move your hand a little bit to see for sure. Now bring the right hand back into your lap and see the same thing from your left hand. The left palm just a few inches above the fontanelle bone area, moving back and forth. See if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head and touching your palm. You can bend your head forward a little again. Now, in the last step, put both the hands completely up towards the sky, elbows straight, palms open, and push back your head. To ask one of these three questions three times. Oh God, is this the Param Chaitanya, Brahma Chaitanya? Is this the power of love of God that does everything? Is this the divine energy, cosmic energy? Any question three times. Now you can bring back your hands back into your lap. Keep the attention at the top of our head. And once again, for a few seconds, we'll sit in meditation. We'll raise our hands a little bit and keep them open. You'll see that in answer to those questions, the vibrations would have improved on your palms. And slowly open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. You'll see that even with our eyes open, there are no thoughts right now. Bring both the hands together in a namaskar and thank Shree Mataji and our Kundalini Mother inside for this blissful experience. Jai Shri Mata. For those of us who have recently joined, I would request you to continue attending these sessions for a while. It takes a while for us to really understand what is happening here. And this experience also requires some time to get established. As there are no questions today, we'll end the session here. Just reiterating that we have these sessions ongoing every day, thrice, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. Morning is 8 o'clock, evening is 4:15 and 7:45 p.m. All these sessions are in Hindi, only one on Saturday morning in Marathi and one on Sunday morning in English. You can attend any of these sessions to learn more about Sahaj Yoga. Also, there's one session every day at 5:30 p.m. for seekers who have now understood the basics and want to go deeper into meditation. It's very important that we practice meditation daily at home. How to do that? You can learn by short videos given on the YouTube channel and by joining our WhatsApp group. The link to both of these are given in the YouTube chat. Also, it's very important that you go for collective meditation once a week. You can find out the nearest center by clicking on the link given in the YouTube chat, and you can attend those centers. All centers are again free of cost. There's nothing to be paid anywhere. Again, requesting you to continue attending and learn more and more about Sahaj Yoga. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shree Mataji. Jai Shree Mataji.